The northeast monsoon has set in over Tamil Nadu, and to talk about the monsoon preparedness in Chennai, a city that has faced devastating floods in the past, is the Chennai Corporation Commissioner, Dr J Radhakrishnan IAS. So many thanks for speaking to us. Tell us, how ready is Chennai city to face the northeastern monsoon?
See, generally any city, because surprisingly this time, though the southwest monsoon should have been, normally it is not so, there is 75% more than what it normally precipitation was there, it was there. And we also had, sudden bouts of isolated heavy rains. So we have already experienced the challenge of what happens in a monsoon. Second is, every year we update the city disaster management plan according to the guidelines. Then we have identified, already there was a committee which went around after this. 2015 there was a devastating flood, 2021 there was a lot of inundation. After that the government set up an expert committee which came up with a lot of structural and non-structural recommendations. So substantively the rain, that is the inundated areas, have come down. We have three major rivers, Kosaliyar, Adayar and Kuvam, plus one canal which is major canal, Buckingham Canal. Apart from that, 14 other canals are there, and 31 micro canals maintained by corporation. 14 others maintained by Water Resource Department. All have been cleaned up, but still, and we have a length of almost 3,319 kilometers stormwater drain, and also that has been, additionally 876 kilometers have been set up, and plus we have, in spite of it, we have identified 37 low-lying areas and 169 relief camps are kept ready in case of any eventuality. Cooking centers are available to put monitoring officers and all. Having said that, enough pump sets, all the other equipments required, even tree cutting equipments, regular cleaning equipment for the canals, amphibians and mini amphibians, all are available and regularly on ground. But having said that, we off late what we have been saving, that we is a 426 square kilometer city. Instead of the entire city, there is a heavy outpour in one particular. Yesterday, Meenambakam and Alandur and Velachery area, in 1 hour we had almost 7 centimeters rain. So that time when we did have one incident, 90% of the city did not have an impact, but there, very big race course, there, open land areas, water was suddenly connected to the stormwater drain. So those cases we are advising such institutions and such gated communities that you should have big retention ponds, and release should be staggered. So we are not ruling out any eventuality and preparing ourselves.
So you spoke about stormwater drains. That's something that the DMK government has been focusing on since it came to power. We've seen some heavy spells in the last couple of days. How has these stormwater drains performed? Has it worked well, and have there been any sort of anomalies that you've observed in certain design patterns?
See, definitely the 876 kilometer, 0.19 kilometer, which has been laid additionally over and above the existing stormwater drain, or for that matter replacing totally disused stormwater drain, has definitely reduced the number of inundated spots from 800 to almost less than 37, or about 37. So that has been there. In fact, long complaints used to come in from Madikpakam area, which itself is a low-lying area, that where the new storms are. Yesterday, the general feedback was it was dry. But in addition to stormwater drain, also state government has set up sponge parks and non-structural methods where they have, we have put sensors in all the canals, and also we get live pictures of our subways, and we have marked the levels of water water in subways. So government has tried to take all-round effort based on whatever guideline, urban flooding guidelines are available under the NDMA, State Disaster Management Authority. There have been standard refreshing meetings at the level of Chief Minister, SDMA, then at the level of Chief Secretary, at the level of Corporation Commissioner, the Principal Commissioner, Revenue Administration, Disaster Management. So these all have done, and councillors and mayors, they have held their own meetings, honorable ministers have held. But when the real thing happens, we also need, and we have got very good meteorological warning, and we also get, we ourselves have a number of weather stations, and we have an integrated command and control center. But after all this, we have to also keep in mind that, similarly we have cleaned up many tanks. But we have to keep in mind that, depending on what the upstream districts have, like for the Chengalpet, Kanjipuram and Tiruvallur, if there is a heavy precipitation and that water comes. So for that also we are having very good preemptive release of water from the, this thing like Chambrabakam lakes, reservoirs and all. But all of us keep have to keep reminding that, till the season is over. Generally, we have 1 or 2 cyclonic spells would be there. Sometimes deep depression will bring continuous rains over 3 days. Then since this is just adjacent to sea, there are only 4 major outfalls. Whether we may have any number of rain, ultimately it has to go in Kovalam Basin, Kostalar Basin, and in these 2 basins near the marina, it would be either Kosatalayar or Adayar or Kuvam or our Buckingham Canal. Ultimate outlets are the same. That also has been cleaned up. But we are keeping all our fingers there. Our preparation has been good. But as I keep on telling, I've been handling earlier some cyclones also. It all depends on and regular warnings, very good interactions with central government agencies, very good. So we are keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that our preparedness will take care of this. Being an urban area, we have to always be aware of newer areas of inundation. Suddenly, unknown to us, a compound wall of a gated community can block a thing, or some work can, lead to blockage in some of the canals, or, chute pipe can have garbage. So we are not taking chances in all the 360 degree. We are telling people that even these bouts of rain are technically a trial run to the, continuous bout of rain. So you should do a flood charting and find out the reasons. Like we had an issue with Woods Road today. There was a blockade 100 meters, but that is a indicator to us. Similarly, Arunachala Street 3-4 months back we had an issue where railway had put a blockade to the Poteri Nalla, and that water was there. So we have had, all of them have cleared up this thing. And the last point which we are keeping our finger, large scale metro works are there. So those areas, the existing stormwater drains, either they were not there or they have been there. So there we are doing large scale pumping. So that also we have got a very good SOP. But those areas definitely we have issues where water stagnates for some time, Arcot Road or in other areas, and then it goes back after an hour of rain. So if it's a continuous rain also, we have to keep our preparedness. So we are fully prepared, geared up, have a very good interdepartmental coordination, and just like we had this function where we interact with public, so we are alerting, and public can come to our control room 1913. 24/7 control rooms are there in the zone and head office, and we are directly linked to the state control room also.